In this video, I'm going to be telling you everything you need to know on how I got abs and how you can get them too. 3 years ago, if you would have told me that I'd ever be teaching anyone how to get abs, I think you're literally crazy. And the reason I tell you this is because I had a very unhealthy diet. I wasn't very active, and I would never think that I'd ever have a six pack. And if this sounds like you, just know that no one ever just starts with abs. No one starts with abs. It's something that they've had to make changes in their life. Some people start skinnier, some people start heavier, and they've had to make significant changes in their life to give them the result that they have abs now. No one just wakes up with abs. It's not how it works. So this could be you. If you follow what I tell you in this video, you can make these changes and make sure that you're putting yourself in the best situation that you can have abs too. So first things first, let's start off with some common mistakes and misconceptions that people get when it comes to abs. This mainly comes from the gym. Training abs every day doesn't give you more abs. It's not going to speed up the process. I want you to think of the abs like any other muscle. You don't train it every day and expect more progress. That's not how it works. Abs only need 1 to 2 days of training a week. Number two, there's no such thing as spot reducing abs. You can't sit up your way to abs. You can't crunch your way to abs. You can't plank your way to abs. If your body fat percentage is too high, you're not going to see your abs. It doesn't matter what you do. There's no such thing to spot reduce. As your body loses fat, it takes fat from everywhere at your body continuously. You can't just do certain ab exercises and it's going to slim your abs. It's not how it works. Number three, planks don't build you a six pack. While it may feel like a good exercise and may feel like you're building a six pack, planks actually don't build you abs. Now, they have other benefits like stability, cardio endurance, being able to hold your body weight for a certain amount of time. It has other benefits. When it comes to objectively building your abdominal muscles and getting a six pack, doing a plank for a minute or anything like that isn't going to be what's building the six pack. You need to treat the abs like any other muscle, which means that it needs to be stretched and retracted. It needs to be stretched, retracted. And we're going to get into that soon. All right, now that's out of the way, let's talk about some exercises. Let's talk about the gym aspect of things. So, for exercises, yes, the abs need to be trained. Some people say abs are made in the kitchen. The truth is, you need to train it as well. It does not just made in the kitchen. Abs do need training to pop and build the muscle. So, as I just said, you need to be focusing on movements that stretch and retract your abs. My two favorites for these are going to be leg raises. You can do leg raises on a pull-up bar. It's the hardest variation. You can do it on the floor. You could do it on a Bosu ball. I'll pull up a picture to show you how that looks. What you want to work towards is body weight. You want to be hitting 10 to 12 reps of those for about 3 to 4 sets. Now, once you can do 10 to 12 reps, you're going to be adding weight. So I personally like to put a dumbbell between my feet and then slowly overload that. You need to be slowly adding weight and getting stronger to it. So once you could do 10 to 12 reps of body weight, you're going to put a 5 or 10 pound dumbbell between your legs and you're going to do it for maybe 8 reps. And you're slowly going to work it up until you get stronger and stronger. You can do that for leg raises. Same thing for crunches. I'll pull up another picture of a crunch machine here. You can either do it again on the floor or you can do it on one of the machines that you sit and hang on it. So again, the goal is the same thing. You want to get the biggest possible, stretch, retract, stretch, retract. That movement's what builds the muscle. And again, same thing. You want to be progressively overloading. You want to slowly get stronger. Work your way up to getting 10 to 12 reps body weight. Once you do that, you're going to add some extra resistance to it. For crunches, I'd say the best way is a ball, a medicine ball. That's going to work the best for crunches where you can hold it in your hand, or even a dumbbell works as well. But again, that's the point. And you only need to do this once or twice a week. Some people think, okay, if I do this every day for 20 minutes after my workout that I'm doing, that's the way to go. You only need to do this once, twice a week, guys. Once or twice a week is all it takes to build just like any other muscle. You don't train any other muscle every day. You don't train your biceps every day. You don't train your legs every day. So train your abs the same way, once or twice a week. Mix it in with one workout that you're doing as a movement. And that's it. Next thing, my friends, number 2, let's talk about our diet. Now, do not understate your diet. Your diet is extremely important in building abs. I'd argue it's 60 to 70% of what holds back most people from getting abs. So you could be doing your exercises, you could be doing your ab training, you can be overloading, but at the end of the day, you need to be under 15% body fat. So for most people, it's going to require a calorie deficit. So to find your calorie deficit numbers, there's many tools you can find online. Go put in your height, your weight, your age, your activity level. It's going to tell you your maintenance calories. 500 calories below your maintenance will equal a calorie deficit. So guys, this part is not easy. Let me just get that out of the way right now. It's not easy. But think about it. If it was easy, everyone would be walking around with six packs. Even the biggest celebrities. Look at Drake. Drake went and bought a six pack, essentially. You could tell it's not real because his other body proportions don't fit with his abs. He doesn't have any arm definition and shoulder definition in his physique, but he has abs. So he paid for it. So this is not easy, guys. Some days you're going to be hungry, but you need to eat less food. It's not just about eating healthy. It's about eating less food. Eating less food is the key. You can be eating salad, you can be eating rice and your chicken, but the point is if you eat too much, you're still going to be in a calorie surplus. So you need to eat less food, be in a deficit. There's many things out there that will help you be in a deficit. I personally like intermittent fasting. You could try that out. Basically, you're only giving yourself 8 hours in a day out of the 24 to eat. So for 16 hours a day, you fast, and only in 8 hours, you'll eat all the food in your day. And this way, it's controlling the times that you have to eat. And how this helps is you can't really go over a calorie deficit when you intermittent fast properly unless you seriously try to. It's very difficult to go over your calories in a day if you're doing 16-hour fasting and only eat in 8 hours. It's very hard. And when you do this, you're going to be burning the fat that you have stored. It's an easy way. It's like an easy tool to burn. But again, this isn't easy. But there's ways you can go around it. I drink a lot of coffee. Caffeine in general helps suppress appetite. It helps suppress appetite and make your cravings for food decrease a little bit. So I think caffeine is a big helper in getting lean. So the main takeaway of the diets, the portion, guys, you want to be eating healthy. Of course, we know that. High protein, one gram of protein per pound of body weight, approximately. You could do a little bit less than that. But the keys here, guys, high protein, calorie deficit. You need to be burning more than you consume. You need to burn more than you consume every day. So high protein, calorie deficit. Keep that in mind. Number 3 is going to be your lifestyle and your mindset. And I save this to the end because it's the most important thing. The person that you were before who doesn't have the abs, you need to let that person go. That person needs to go because this is not something that you could just clock in, like you clock into work and clock out. You can't just clock in and clock out of this. When you have abs, the people who have abs, it's not a mistake. They've made calculations. They track their food. They sometimes have to feel hungry to have these abs. You feel physically hungry. These are feelings that you have. It needs to be a part of your life. When you're getting those cravings for those chips or that candy, or you're out with your friends and they want to get some cake, you got to have some discipline and be like, you know what? If I have this, I've already eaten this today. I can't have it. For yourself. You need your mindset needs to change. It needs to literally become part of your lifestyle, guys. People who have abs, like I said, it's not a mistake. They're not just lucky and have abs. They know what they're doing. They're precise in their calculations. They do fasting. They do something that makes their life a little more difficult than the average person who doesn't have abs. So this needs to be a part of your life. And I'm going to tell you that I was just the same way. I'm going to show you a picture right now of my old Walmart cart. And you see just chips. All I had is chips and candy and sweets and all this stuff. Pringles and Doritos. Here's the picture here. I want to ask you, do you think that guy had a six-pack? You're damn right he didn't. I did not have no six-pack back then. When I was my lifestyle, I didn't care what I ate. I didn't give a shit about anything, my diet, my calories, nothing. I didn't have no six-pack. My face was chubby. My face was a little more round. I wasn't active. I wasn't strong. That was not my lifestyle. My lifestyle was pretty pathetic back then, just to say what it is. Your lifestyle needs to change. Every time you look at food, you need to be thinking, is this good for me? Is this bad for me? Is this going to help me get and retain my abs? That's what you need to think about it. Some people think it's corny, this and that, but this is why most people don't have abs. There's a higher percentage of millionaires than people with six packs because it's not easy to get. It's not easy to achieve, but you can do this. It's your body and your life that you can, if you lock in and just envision it, you can do it. Cardio. This is also part of your lifestyle. You want to be making an effect to get more cardio. Cardio in general is going to help you burn more calories. It's going to help you get in a calorie deficit and make it easier to stay there. So the best way to do this is walking. In the gym, you can do incline treadmill. What I like to do is incline treadmill, put it on max incline and 3-speed, steady state cardio, especially when you're lifting weights. It's going to help you burn fat, but not burn too much muscle. So when you're burning fat and not burning muscle, you're going to be burning calories, but you're not going to be digging into your muscles. So you want to avoid the sprinting and this and that. You want to keep it steady state cardio. So incline walking, max incline, 3-speed. Just walk for 30 minutes. You're going to burn lots of calories. Number 2, just make it a part of your lifestyle to walk more. Places that you can drive to that's pretty close, try to walk instead. If you have a pet or a dog or anything like that, go on a little further walk. I'm sure he'll appreciate you for that, or she. Let's say you go to work and you work somewhere that there's a parking garage and you have to go up the parking garage every day. Some people just sit by the nearest parking until someone pulls out and they pull into the nearest parking spot near the door. No, man. Park your car at the other side. Park your car at the farthest part of the parking lot and walk your ass inside. Little things like these that you add to your life, getting slightly little more activity is going to make burning calories a breeze. It's going to make it easy. It's just about changing your lifestyle, knowing that you don't clock in and clock out of this. This needs to literally be your lifestyle, that you track your food, you get your steps, you become active, you move more, and you obviously know to eat healthy and you lift weights and get stronger. Guys, if you put all these things together, you're going to have a six-pack. Like I said, I didn't always have a six-pack. I used to eat candy and chips and play video games all day. You can have a six-pack. You just need to put in the work and the effort and be patient. As I keep saying, it's consistency and patience. You keep doing a little bit every single day and you're going to have a six-pack. So the key points of this video, let's go over that again. For exercises, you only need to train it once to twice a week. And leg raises and crunches. You want to focus on movements that cause your abs to retract, to contract and retract, to go back and forth. Those are the movements you want to work on. For diet, most of us are going to need to eat in a calorie deficit, burn more than we consume every day to have our abs revealed. High protein and eat healthy. Number 3, lifestyle. Get more steps, eat less junk food. You can still have your cheat day here and there, but you want to make an effort, eat less junk food, get more steps, and everything else you know what to do. Just be patient, be consistent,